All right, let me try to pull myself together and walk you through what just happened, but no promises because this episode, it was chaos, pure chaos. So first of all, Ashley and Grayson, can we talk about them? Because I feel like I've been invested in this relationship for so long, right? Like I've been rooting for them, defending them, making excuses for Grayson. Yes, I admit it. I've been that person saying, maybe he has a reason, maybe he's just complicated, blah, blah, blah. But how many times are we going to do this? Every single time. They get close emotionally, physically, whatever something interrupts them. And not just small interruptions. No, it's always something dramatic, something urgent, something that pulls Grayson away like he's living in a completely different universe. Like that moment before when they were about to sleep together and suddenly he gets that emergency call, throws on his shirt and just leaves. Excuse me? Ashley is just supposed to sit there like, yeah, that's normal. No, that is not normal. And now this time, this dinner with his mother, do you realize how big that is? That's not just a casual meal. That's a step. That's him saying you matter. That's him opening his world to her. And what happens? He doesn't show up again. At this point, if I were Ashley, I wouldn't just be annoyed. I would be questioning everything. Like, is this man even real? Is he living a double life? Why is he always disappearing at the worst possible moments? And the worst part, Ashley doesn't even know the half of it. Because while she's waiting, texting, calling, probably pacing back and forth, checking the door every 5 seconds, Grayson is literally bleeding out somewhere. Stabbed, biren. I'm sorry, what? Let's pause here. Because this is where the episode went from frustrating relationship drama to full-blown thriller. Grayson stabbed by Ren. And we don't know why. We don't know what led to it. We don't know what Grayson did. We don't know if this was punishment, revenge, a warning, nothing. And that is what's driving me insane. Because now the show has turned us into detectives. Like I'm sitting here replaying every scene, every line, every interaction, trying to piece together what could have triggered this. Was it something Grayson did behind the scenes? Was he hiding something bigger than we thought? Has he been playing both sides this whole time? And the biggest question, is he dead or is he going to survive? Okay, so let me tell you about the argument we had because yes, this episode caused an actual debate. People are split. Some are like, that's it, Grayson is done. This is his ending. And honestly, I get it because narratively it makes sense. Killing him off would shake everything up. It would push Jacob into a more dangerous role. It would raise the stakes. It would make the world feel more brutal, more unpredictable. But I'm not buying it. Il refuse because in my opinion, Grayson is not done. No way. This man has lied, dodged, disappeared, and survived too many situations for this to be his final moment. If anything, this feels like the setup for another lie. Yes, I said it. I think he's going to survive and then lie to Ashley again. And honestly, that might be even worse than him dying. Because imagine this. He shows up later, injured, weak, dramatic, and tells her some story like, I was attacked by robbers on my way to meet you. And Ashley, she believes him because she wants to believe him. Meanwhile, the truth that he's involved with something way darker, something tied to people like Ren, stays hidden. That's the kind of betrayal that hurts, not just for Ashley, but for us as viewers who have been holding on to hope that maybe, just maybe, Grayson would come clean. But no, this show loves to drag us through emotional mud. Now let's talk about that scene with Ashley trying to reach him, because this part, it was quiet but devastating. She's calling, messaging, waiting, no response, and we cut to Grayson, his phone lighting up over and over again, and he can't even reach for it. He's in pain, fading, losing consciousness, and I'm sitting there like, someone find him, please. Because the tension of that moment, it wasn't loud, it wasn't explosive, it was SLOW and suffocating. That feeling of knowing something is wrong, but not knowing how wrong. And Ashley is completely in the dark. That contrast, it broke me. But wait, because the episode said, you think that's enough stress? Nope. Let's bring in Jakob, because oh my God. When Jacob gets that meeting request from Ren, I swear my heart dropped. I was like, this is it. He's next. Because we just saw what Ren did to Grayson. So now Jacob walking into that situation, I was mentally preparing for another stabbing, another betrayal, another death. But then something unexpected happens. Jacob survives, and not only that, his reaction after Ren leaves, shock, not fear, not pain, shock, which tells us something very important. Ren didn't go there to kill him. He went there to deliver something, a message, a warning, a mission, and that changes everything. Because now we're not just dealing with random violence, we're dealing with a system, an organization, a structure, a hierarchy, and Jacob might be getting pulled deeper into it. So now the question becomes, is Jacob being tested? Is this his initiation into something bigger? And if Grayson is out of the picture temporarily or permanently, does that mean Jacob is stepping into his role? Because if that's the direction the show is going, oh my God, that is going to be insane. And then we get into the theory territory, which, let's be honest, is half the fun of watching this show. Because once you start connecting the dots, you can't stop. And one theory that stood out to me, Kiel, yes, Kial. I know some of you might be like, that's a stretch, but is it? Think about it. He works in a hospital just like Grayson. He has access to information. He's always there, but never fully there. We don't know much about his personal life. He has that calm, controlled, slightly mysterious vibe that just screams, I'm hiding something. And now with the possibility of a Plasma King member being revealed, you're telling me it couldn't be him? Come on, that would be such a clean twist. A familiar face. Someone we thought we understood suddenly exposed as part of something much darker. And honestly, I want that, because this show is at its best when it makes us question everyone. But let me ask you this, because I genuinely need to know, do you still trust Grayson? Like, seriously, after everything, after all the lies, the disappearances, the secrets, and now this, because I'm torn, part of me still wants to believe there's something good in him. That he's trapped, that he's forced into this life, that he's trying to protect Ashley in his own messed up way. But another part of me is like, no, this man is dangerous. Not just physically, but emotionally. Because the way he keeps Ashley in the dark, the way he lets her wait, worry, doubt herself, that's not protection. That's damage. And Ashley, my heart goes out to her, but at the same time, I need her to wake up, because how many red flags do you need? Missed calls, missed meetings, half-truths, secrets. At some point, love is not enough. At some point, you have to ask, am I being respected? And right now, I don't think she is. This episode didn't just move the plot forward. It shook the entire foundation. Grayson's fate is uncertain. Jacob is stepping into something dangerous. Ren is clearly playing a bigger game than we understand. And the possibility of a hidden member like Kia, that just adds another layer of paranoia. I swear, watching Beyond the Gates feels like being in a constant state of emotional whiplash. 1 second, I'm invested in a romance. Next second, stabbing. Then mystery organization. Then psychological drama. Like, can you pick a lane? Actually, no, don't, because that's why I can't stop watching. But seriously, if Grayson survives and lies again, I might actually lose it. And if he dies, I'm not ready for what that does to Ashley or Jacob or the entire story. So yeah, I'm stressed. I'm obsessed. And I need the next episode right now, because there is no way I can sit with this uncertainty. Tell me your theories. Is Grayson alive? Is Jacob being recruited? Is Kiao hiding something? Am I overthinking everything? Or are we all slowly losing our minds together? Because honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way.